Perhaps one of the greatest challenges for neurodivergence coming to therapy is our struggles with trusting that other people will show up for us. Our lives are riddled with examples where people have ignored, dismissed, minimized, and mocked our challenges, whether they're executive dysfunction related, sensory related, or social challenges. We're not, for example, not understanding how to socially interact and what is expected of us. We're often kind of pushed to the side and left with this perception that if we do ask for help, we're going to be treated in any of those ways I described. And this leaves us with this perception that people are inherently not trustworthy. A history of chronic ongoing relational stress and trauma can lead to chronic post-traumatic stress disorder, which leaves us even more reluctant to be vulnerable because we believe that being vulnerable is going to leave us exposed to further harm and social rejection. So many of us become socially withdrawn or avoidant. We don't show our weak flanks to anyone. We don't confide in other people because it could be used against us or just dismissed and minimized. And so I know this intimately as somebody who's neurodivergent going to therapy for the first time. I didn't feel like my therapist would really get me or get my inherent challenges because they were so specific to my neurotype and my neurotype related challenges. And that was largely true when I didn't work with neuroaffirming therapists. They could relate to my challenge from a universal standpoint, but they didn't understand the intricacies of what I was going through. Of course, I gave it a shot and I was open to connecting and sharing about it, but I often felt like my therapist didn't get it. So as a neurodivergent therapist, I try to be neuroinformed and neuroaffirming and understand these inherent challenges and connect with clients about them so that they don't feel that way. But time and time again, I've had clients express to me that they were initially very reluctant to approach therapy because they were afraid this would happen again. And they have repeated history of this happening in their personal life. And also when they seek therapy, they didn't feel like their therapist got them. That is so invalidating and isolating, and it just reinforces this negative loop of believing that we can't trust people, so we don't trust them and we never invest in them, and so we keep being withdrawn and avoidant and never getting the help and the loving care and attention that we deserve, the understanding, the empathy, the compassion that can help us heal and move forward from the wounds of being ignored and minimized. Have you struggled with trusting other people, with opening up and confiding? Has that kind of made it difficult for you to want to approach something like therapy and opening up and letting your guard down? How has complex PTSD shown up for you in your relationships and your willingness to be open? I would love to hear from you.